when I started the journey 10 years back and where we are today, the largest R&D center of Medtronic outside US, I really feel humbled and proud to lead this center as a site leader. The infrastructure, the state-of-the-art labs with devices like the stealth station in navigation, the O-arm, the generators, which really the engineers feel proud. And we are operational in less than 11 months at the new site.
We are very excited to be opening our new facility, which will serve as the foundation for MEIC's next wave of growth. Thank you to the team that worked behind the scenes, Raja Kamraj for a very flawless lab transition, overall execution, Malti for the initial lab planning, and the entire lab team, Raghu Verma, Shivraju, and Maria Dasu for an amazing job. Thank you guys.
Last 12 months have seen a lot of change at MEIC. While we were learning to manage work and life remotely in the new normal, we onboarded more than 150 engineers. We also did not miss a single project milestone.
I'm so proud of our R&D teams, especially the teams led by Rukmesh and Prabhakar, who have worked during this pandemic situations to make sure that the labs are operational. I'm super excited with the new facility as well as the state-of-the-art cardiovascular lab that we have built here.
While setting up the site, finance, admin and facilities, the three big things that came up in our mind was about organization enablement, about employee experience and the economics. So the team, my team, that is Surya, Anand, Ram, they really worked round the clock even while we were on holiday, but to ensure that we are enabling the organization by delivering everything as we promised.
Getting the O-arm was a feat in itself, with Manjeet and Rajesh playing a vital role, be it the regulators of India, various Medtronic systems, and even the physical movement of that device. We made it happen in spite of the COVID challenges.
This was a SEZ to SEZ move within Hyderabad. So a lot of challenges we had in terms of a COVID-19. A lot of cross-functional team were involved in the entire move management. I am proud to be part of MEIC team. Now we have beautiful and inspiring workplace.
During this time, everyone who is working virtually and some people who've been coming to site to support critical activities, they have done an excellent job to ensure we meet deliver on commitments, which is tenet 3 is a key important point in delivering high quality and reliable and safe products as well. I'm very proud to be part of this team.
India has the world's largest pool of qualified STEM graduates and technical talent. We at Medtronic have been leveraging this valuable human capital in India in a variety of activity areas. The major investment to create the largest R&D center for Medtronic outside the United States, here in India, is a clear vote of confidence for India. I thank the government of Telangana and the government of India for all the encouragement and the enabling support to make this investment a reality.
I'm really excited about the new site for innovation in Hyderabad. This MEIC team, you work on robotics, implantables, navigation and imaging systems, surgical devices, ventilators, mobile apps for many procedures, among several other areas. MEIC is a valuable enterprise asset that enables innovation.
It is a tremendous honor to witness the growth of MEIC from less than 200 people to almost 500 people over these 3 years. I am very excited to be a part of this MEIC new facility inauguration ceremony. I want to thank the Medtronic leadership for their commitment for the MEIC investment over the years. And I also want to thank the Telangana government officials, particularly Honorable Minister KT Ramarao Garu, Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan Garu, and the Healthcare CEO for Telangana, Mr. Shakti Nagap.
MEIC is ready to collaborate and innovate to transform healthcare globally and take the Medtronic mission further together.
Namaskar, MEIC.
That was indeed an informative and interesting video presentation. And with that, we move forward to the opening remarks by Mr. Mani Prakash, Vice President, Enterprise R&D Medtronic. So yes, it's now time to hear Mr. Mani Prakash talk to all of us.
Thank you. I'm pleased to be with you here for this important milestone that we are celebrating today, the continued growth and success of MEIC at this new building. I wish a good evening to all of our attendees in the Americas, and a good morning and a good afternoon to those in India and other parts of the world. A very warm welcome to Honorable Minister Shri KTR, Honorable Secretary Ms. Aparna, Consul General Joel Reifman, and all the other dignitaries that are present today. I'm grateful to you all for taking time and making this inauguration a memorable event for us. I'm also thankful to the Medtronic leadership team for demonstrating their commitment to MEIC. Thank you for joining us on our journey and celebrating this key milestone. The traditional lamp lighting ceremony that we just witnessed symbolizes the new beginnings that await us. It signifies the light that will show us the way to continued innovation for our patients in India and around the world. We now have a sophisticated, state-of-the-art facility with spaces that foster collaboration. This new facility has been thoughtfully designed by keeping in mind the needs of our employees. I would like to thank the project team who have done an awesome job and turned this project around in a short period despite the pandemic. Meaningful innovation is a concept etched in the Medtronic fabric from the days of our late founder, Earl Bakken. Investment in research and development to create patient-centric solutions is our path to meaningful innovation. Medtronic's commitment can be seen in the annual investment of more than $2.3 billion that we make in internal R&D globally. Our global network of innovation centers provides the critical insight to healthcare needs around the world. And MEIC is a critical part of the R&D enterprise in Medtronic, and this investment is a testament to our focus on R&D in India, with the aim to accelerate innovation and create unsurpassed value. We plan to leverage the talent and capabilities available in the region to improve healthcare. I am excited for and look forward to the future we will create in partnership with patients, governments, healthcare providers, and others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mani, for talking to all of us here. And now it's time for Mr. Jeff Marthal, the Chairman and CEO of Medtronic, to talk to all of us. So let's watch him speak, hear him speak.
Okay, thank you. Well, first, this is a really big moment, a big moment for our MEIC team, for our customers, patients around the world, India, and for Medtronic. And look, I'm honored to be part of this celebration. But however, I do wish I could be there personally, and I'm very much looking forward to visiting the center in person just as soon as possible. But I want to thank the Honorable Minister KTR and the Honorable Secretary Ms. Aparna for taking time today to join us for this really, like I said, this special celebration, this special moment for our company, our employees, and our patients. So thank you so much for being here today and for all of your support. We are delighted and humbled to be part of the growth journey, for the state of Telangana. And I'd also like to thank the minister and his team for really providing just the unwavering support and the collaboration necessary to make this possible, to make this day possible. It was all the way back in August of 2020. It seems like a long time ago when Medtronic announced further investment in what we're calling the Medtronic Engineering and Innovation Center, which we affectionately call MEIC in India, and really a deepened commitment to our focus on research and development and innovation. And so we envisioned the MEIC as really a state-of-the-art, IT-enabled engineering R&D center built to engage some of the brightest minds in science and engineering and bring innovative solutions to healthcare. All of these efforts are aimed also closely at the government's initiatives, whether it be Make in India and Skill India. And just 11 months later, although it seems like a long time since August 2020, but it has only been roughly around 11 months later, since we started scouting for a new site, here we are celebrating the center's inauguration. And look, I think we can all agree that the past year has been a bit of a challenge. But really, the pandemic has reinforced, though, the fundamental role that healthcare plays in the global economy. And it has caused rapid change, around the world, requiring all kinds of cross-sector partnerships and collaboration and innovative models and innovation to deliver on critical patient needs. Yet, despite all the challenges of the past year, the MEIC project team didn't slow down one single bit. And this day really is a reflection of Medtronic's commitment and some of the employees that were and the leaders that were mentioned earlier, Medtronic's commitment and our leadership's commitment and ability to deliver despite these challenges faced battling the impact of the pandemic around the world. And this moment for Telangana, comes on the heels of Medtronic's 40-year anniversary of our presence in India. So, as we sit here today, India is witnessing a transformation of healthcare like never seen before, and Medtronic is firmly committed to help and be a partner in this transition. And we're accelerating innovation and improving outcomes for patients in India, as well as for patients around the world. And really, this investment has established MEIC as you've heard earlier in the conversation, as Medtronic's largest global R&D center outside of the United States. And we take that very seriously. And we built additional capabilities for the center so it can serve all of the many Medtronic businesses across our entire company. And at Medtronic, we have a very strong mission that really drives everything that we do. And our mission calls on us to to, and I quote, contribute to human welfare by application of biomedical engineering in the research, design, manufacture, and sale of instruments or appliances that alleviate pain, restore health, and extend life. The work that will go on at MEIC is going to be instrumental to the pursuit of this mission, which is why today, we're celebrating and why it's such a big moment in our company's history. The innovation that's going to take place in the center literally will change people's lives all around the world. And innovators at MEIC, they will all be focused on cutting edge technology, patents, and intellectual properties that will support the development of new solutions and technologies, cutting edge technology. And we are optimistic. The leadership team of Medtronic and our board of directors, we're optimistic about the business potential and talent of India as a hub for R&D talent investment. We didn't take lightly putting this center in India. It's a big commitment on our part, and we're highly confident of what our patients are going to realize from the innovation. And ultimately, we want these products and therapies to be available in more places for more patients around the world, but especially for patients in India. So I hope you feel it, even though coming to you all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota, you feel my passion, and because I believe the future before us is exciting. The pandemic, like I said, has reinforced the fundamental role healthcare plays in our global economy. So this is very important work. So not just for patients, but for the economy as well. And there's always been a need for expanding access and lowering costs, but the pandemic has intensified those needs. And I truly believe, as we sit here today, there's always been a desire to improve outcomes. But today more than ever, there is a commitment to more equity in healthcare and driving simultaneously improving access for patients all around the world, and at the same time reducing costs. And the only path forward to do all these three things simultaneously, improve outcomes, improve access, lower costs, the only path forward is innovation, is technology innovation. And MEIC is going to play a critical part in this, around the world. So I'm excited and energized by the inauguration of the MEIC today, and for what it means for the future. And as we continue to expand Medtronic's footprint, I know together we'll make a difference. I know it. I know we're going to make a difference for patients and healthcare systems around the world. I like the quote that you said earlier. We're going to be innovating for India and innovating for the world. So thank you all for joining us here today. And like I said, I really am excited, and I can't wait to come visit the new center in person. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Jeff, for talking to all of us and sharing thank you so much, Mr. Jeff, for talking to all of us and sharing valuable insights with all of us here today. Yes, moving forward, I now invite U.S. Consul General, Mr. Joel Reifman, to please address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. I want to thank you for the invitation to join this important event inaugurating the expanded MEIC. I'm grateful to be able to speak with you. Honorable Pharma Secretary Estaparna, Medtronic CEO Jeff Martha, the Medtronic leadership team, and Secretary Jayesh Ranjan, and all the other senior officials today. First, I want to congratulate Medtronic for your tremendous accomplishments in India, including the expansion of your Engineering and Innovation Center here in Hyderabad, which we're celebrating today. Your company has been a beacon for the healthcare and medical devices sector in India. Medtronic has a long tradition in India. I believe Jeff said 4 years, and particularly here in Hyderabad, where your state-of-the-art laboratory provides advanced engineering, R&D support to global business units in the areas of design, analysis, hardware, software development, and testing. Here in Mission India, we believe that the U.S.-India partnership will be one of the, if not the, 21st century. And therefore, I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to highlight the impressive health collaborations between our two countries that this event exemplifies. First, the United States is the largest supplier of medical devices to India, and India in turn supplies nearly half of America's generic drugs. The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, has partnered with India for the past 20 years in the amount of $2.8 billion, and $1.4 billion of that, half of that, went toward health care, with $5.9 million spent on battling COVID-19. And USAID's programming will assist over 20,000 health facilities throughout India, serving 500 million people. In addition, several U.S. agencies, such as the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration, collaborate with the government of India, Indian firms, and Indian scientists to address the COVID-19 crisis. And finally, on March 12th at the Quad Summit, with the leaders of the United States, India, Japan, and Australia, the United States announced that through its Development Finance Corporation, we will work with Biological E, based here in Hyderabad, to finance increased capacity to support Biological E's efforts to produce at least 1 billion doses of the COVID-19 vaccine by the end of 2022. Telangana has played a significant role in the growth of India's healthcare sector, especially during the pandemic. And it's notable that 1/3 of the world's vaccines are produced right here in Hyderabad. Notably, Medtronic now hosts its largest facility outside the United States in India, and outside the United States, rather, in Hyderabad and in India. And this is a familiar refrain because Medtronic joins other major American firms such as Amazon and Google in adopting this level of commitment to Hyderabad. Hyderabad has emerged as the destination of choice for IT, life sciences, pharma, and defense aerospace sectors due to its strong talent pool, vibrant science and technology ecosystem, premier research institutes, broad availability of laboratory space, and supportive government policies. I would like to commend my good friend, Mr. KTR, and the government of Telangana for its investment-friendly policies and the various initiatives rolled out to accelerate the growth of these critical sectors. To conclude, I again commend Medtronic, which is doing great work to bring the best of American technology to contribute to the healthcare ecosystem in India and the entire world. I wish you continued success as our two countries work together to tackle current and future healthcare challenges. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Joel, for talking to all of us. And we move forward. I now invite Srimati S. Aparna, Secretary, Honorable Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, to kindly please address the gathering.
Good morning. It is indeed an honor to be here, to be a part of this occasion, wherein Medtronic is expanding its engineering and innovation center to reach the size of being the largest outside of the United States of America. It is certainly a golden day for the company and certainly for the country today. Sir, I would like to take this opportunity to convey my very warm regards to the Honorable Minister, Shri KTR Rao Garu, and sir, to also acknowledge your leadership in steering the support of the state government for the medical devices sector or the medical technology sector and pharmaceutical sector in Telangana, which is a huge contribution to the national goal of supporting pharmaceuticals and medical devices towards the noble objective of providing affordable, accessible and qualitative health care to every Indian. And indeed, as has been mentioned, leverage the position of India as pharmacy to the world, to expand our offerings, our global offerings, to cover now medical devices also. So thank you very much for your efforts and your support to the sector, sir. Sir, I would also like to express my appreciation to Medtronic on this occasion. We are extremely happy to acknowledge this validation of India's potential to be a global hub for the medical technology sector. It is also validation of the human talent that is available here and the skill sets that we have been developing and will continue to develop, which will actually power the growth of this sector. As all of you are aware, and has been mentioned by the CEO and chairperson, Mr. Jeff Martha, whom I thank for his presence here over the net. Companies such as Medtronic can really leverage the potential that is in India, because the medical devices sector in India is seen as a sunrise sector with very large growth prospects, with access to huge markets which are developing, and also a support for an innovation-driven, patient-centric growth model. And I believe this is what we will get to see in the expanded version of the MEIC, as it is being termed. I was extremely inspired to see the passion and the enthusiasm of the leadership team, the team members who were on the screen a little while ago, and the employees and the scientific manpower and personnel who have gone into building this sector. And I do hope that MEIC will be a beacon of inspiration for others who would like to build upon this potential that lies in India and create a huge growth story to enable medical devices sector to achieve its full potential. I think the last 1 year has taught a number of lessons for all of us who are involved in the developmental field, who are involved in improving the lot of human beings, who are involved in human welfare, again, as was mentioned just now. And I think what has come out is a necessity to reprioritize, reallocate, and have a review of the way we approach problems. And certainly, innovation is going to be one of the drivers of providing solutions for issues and challenges that are before us. And in the medical devices sector or the medical technology sector, there are exciting opportunities to create a fulcrum of convergence, which is interdisciplinary, which brings together engineering, digital technology, digital systems. We talked about artificial intelligence, medicine, and human well-being. I do believe and I do hope that this center will create that kind of energy which can provide solutions that are required, which are not only, as I said, affordable and accessible, but of very high quality and sustainable. All of you would be aware that the government of India has been supporting the medical devices in a big way in the last few years. And in 2020, we also introduced support in the form of financial assistance for both individual companies as well as infrastructure. And I'm very hopeful that this will help to catalyze growth in the sector. I would also like to mention that as we spoke about talent and the skilled manpower that is available here, we are moving into a regulatory framework for the medical devices sector. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the Government of India had notified the medical devices rules in 2017, and in 2021, in the next few months, we will see a transition to a stronger and robust regulatory framework, which in fact the sector has been pursuing. And this again offers opportunity to create a strong network of certification, validation, and testing facilities, which again is something that will leverage the potential in terms of manpower, technology, and institutions. We have in Hyderabad also, as Honorable Minister would be aware, NIPER, which is the National Institute of Pharmaceuticals and Education Research, and NIPER is also very well placed to provide support to the medical devices sector, both in terms of education, as well as now we are embarking on an initiative to strengthen facilities for testing and certification, which, as all can understand, are important for ensuring patient safety, efficacy of devices, and overall quality in the sector. So I do believe there are large areas of convergence, potential for cooperation between institutions, industry, and government systems to enable the full potential of the medical devices sector to be achieved not only in a sustainable way, but also in an accelerated pace. And for that, I would like to congratulate all of those who are present here today for contributing to this cause, for providing an illustration or an example of what is possible and what can be achieved through dedication, through enthusiasm, and through application. So I would like to share my congratulations to the entire team here and hope for higher levels of cooperation. Honorable Minister would be aware that my colleague Jayesh and me have been in touch, and we will continue to work together to support the sector. Thank you so much, and very warm congratulations once again. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for talking to all of us and sharing valuable inputs with all of us here today. And now it's time for our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Shri KTR Rama Rao Garu, to kindly please talk to all of us here.
Thank you. Srimati Aparnaji, Secretary, Department of Pharmaceuticals, Consul General of United States here in Hyderabad, Mr. Joel Reifman, my dear friend Jeff Martha, Chairman and CEO of Medtronic, Mr. Bob White, Mr. Chris Lee, Dr. Rick Kunz, Mr. Mani Prakash, Mr. Madan Krishnan, Mr. Divya Joshi, Sri Jayesh Ranjanji, to Team Medtronic and its partners and my colleagues from the government and friends from the media. Firstly, I hope, Jeff, you didn't set your office on fire because I know this is the first time you've done something like this, but I'm sure you kept it safe, but nevertheless, I just wanted to make sure you're safe. Good morning to you, for those of you who are in India, and those that are joining us from United States and elsewhere, a good evening to you. I'm delighted and honored to be here today to inaugurate the new state-of-the-art facility, the R&D Center, the Engineering and Innovation Center, as we call it, MEIC. As Joel pointed out, today Medtronic joins a marquee list of companies that have made Hyderabad their second largest home outside of their headquarters. And that marquee list includes Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Uber, Salesforce, Novartis, the list goes on. Now I'm delighted and honored again, like I said, that the largest research and development center outside of the United States, Medtronic also is now based in Hyderabad. It's a matter of great pride for not only Hyderabad and Telangana, but also for India as a country. Medtronic, like I pointed out, has been a story that has shaped up and evolved in India, and as Divya pointed out, over the last, 10 years or so. Now, when we had made the announcement in August 2020, the announcement was with respect to investment of about $160 million into this new facility and employing more than 1,000 professionals over the next 5 years. I had the pleasure of announcing this investment last year, even in the midst of pandemic, and I'm honored that within a short span of 11 months, you guys have in fact stuck to the goal, stuck to the vision of your leadership team, and I would like to commend Jeff Martha and the entire team of Medtronic Global Leadership for keeping up their commitment with Telangana and India, and more importantly for keeping up the date in ensuring that this happened at a very brisk pace. This center, MEIC Hyderabad, already serves as a global hub for development. As I walked in, I was shown a number of global patents, that have come out of this fantastic institution in the last 10 years. Further, more than 150 plus patents and 400 plus IP disclosures globally. I'm sure that the state-of-the-art R&D and engineering center will continue to contribute to the global aspirations of Medtronic and to global health in general by also contributing significantly to the intellectual property. Hyderabad's position as a life sciences capital of the country and the world is only getting strengthened with each passing day. While the city and the state's contribution in vaccines and pharmaceuticals is unmatched, the city is also emerging as a medical devices capital of India. And I'm thankful to Srimati Aparnaji for her kind comments with respect to the support of Government of India also in furthering this cause. In 2017, the state commissioned the country's largest med devices park, which today has more than 40 companies setting up units at Sultanpur near Hyderabad. We are seeing increased interest from companies, investors benefiting from the production-linked incentives of the Department of Pharmaceuticals, Government of India. Since we have the Secretary, the Department of Pharmaceuticals with us today, I wanted to highlight to Srimati Aparnaji that a design and development of high-value med devices will serve as a crucial value contributor to the efforts of making India the leader in this space, and will eventually accelerate manufacturing in this sector also in our country. Hence, it is my humble request through you to Government of India, Madam, to consider the incentives and continued support to the companies which will engage in development of medical devices in our country. I strongly believe innovation and research and development will hold the key in accelerating growth of this sector. We need to adopt an India for the world approach. Since the size of the local market is relatively small, we must also make the local market attractive and viable through improved insurance and reimbursement and consistency in policies. We at Government of Telangana have taken a holistic approach to the medtech sector with a strategy focused to innovate, scale up and manufacture. In order to boost innovation, we have taken various initiatives, including establishing incubation centers focused on medical technologies, hand-holding